Hello, this is Boris. I don't mean to scare you. Because we were going to draw birds, I just noticed that, birds, I think, have a great relationship. I mean, I think they are sort of uh, dinosaurs living today. So, of course, this is a T-Rex. Um, and I thought, okay, I could maybe start with this as an introduction. So you see like his leg, like sort of, and when you look at like a lot of bird legs, you might find similar structure. So I thought, okay, why not show this sort of so that it can help you understand the structure of bird's legs, right? Like even if you look at chicken legs, it might sort of look like this. Um, yeah, just to bring a little bit of light on that. Okay. So now, so like for example, like the claws. I don't know if for birds you call them claws, but and even those lines here, like the lines that go over the finger, those are things that you can find in birds' legs. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that, and so let's get on with the tutorials.
Hi, this is Boris. Again, welcome to another episode of Sketchman Draws. So, just some quick information. You can find my content on my website, and here are my Instagram accounts. So the first one is for general illustrations, and the second one, Comics by Boris, is for my comic strips. So, let's get started. So, let's get some basics in order to understand um, the anatomy. So here, for example, if I take the picture of this cat, and what you need to be aware of, and before we go on to the sketching phase, is first, you need to be aware of shapes. So, for example, here I've just quickly sketched like in two different colors the main shapes that I saw. And then, of course, you need to be aware of the planes, which means these shapes are not on the same level. They are one in front of the other. So, for example, here the red one, of course, is in front of the orange one, and the orange one is in front of the yellow one. So here we apply this to the picture. So the tail is in front of the right leg, and the right leg is in front of the left leg in yellow. So let's start with the birds, and I just chose this picture to sort of get an idea of what structure the skeleton of the bird looks like, just to give us some idea on what the structure is. So here I will start with this picture of this bird. And by the way, I apologize. I mean, if people out there who are bird lovers, I don't know the name of the birds, so um, I can only draw them. So what I will do is I will start with the biggest shapes. I recommend always go from the biggest shapes to the small ones, and then of course sculpt in the details and then add textures and shading and so on. So just go with the big shapes. For example, the body and the tail, and then I go on and I add the wings. So here I start adding some details. So again, for the feathers, just like we'll see with the fur, you don't need to do every single feather, right? You can just do the most important ones that stand out to you, or the ones which are in shadow. Your brain will fill out the rest. So now as I start doing the details for the wings, I just want to show you a little bit of like a side tutorial. Let's just say if you're trying to draw a bat wing, this is a very cartoony, simplified version. And if you're drawing like a bird wing, like you'll have like this kind of structure with feathers. So, so in the picture it's hard to see, but actually you can see the rounded edges of the feathers in the wings. just adding that rounded shape that gives like a little bit more believability, like a little bit more realism to the drawing. So this will be the same process. So for example, the right wing is on our side, so and the left wing is on the other side, so it's hidden by the right wing. Let's go with another one. The one with the previous one, like I said, we couldn't see the feet. And like I said in the beginning, like, birds are like dinosaurs, and here we have a really good example. So I just chose this picture first. First of all, it's a really good looking bird. And also, it's also like, shows like foot or the feet of the bird. So here actually, if you see, like, I started going to the details, so just a reflex. So in a way, I was trying to fight that urge to right away go into the details. And in the, I mean, yes, of course, if you feel confident enough, you don't need these like steps. But in the beginning, if you're starting out, it's really useful to go through these steps and just make sure that the shapes are correct and are in line with your reference or what you're trying to draw, and if the planes are working, like for example, to make sure that for example here I can imagine that, knowing how birds are shaped, like I know that the tail is a little bit in the foreground and the legs are in the middle ground. Okay, so even though in the picture, like, picture is very flat, but I know, like, knowing the anatomy of a bird, right? We have all seen birds. So I'll just quickly add like the details, or as much details as I can, so just enough details to give that believability of there are feathers. And of course, like I said, your brain fills the rest of the gap. And by the way, if you have any other requests or any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. And I always say that the details on the description. I did this class on this past Sunday. So every Sunday at 2 p.m. in Bangkok time, I do an online cartoon class. So now let's move on to cats. So again, I'm just to keep in mind, to sort of understand the anatomy of the cat, we're going to draw this guy. So as you might have seen, like the skull of the cat is very small and more sort of rounded shaped than that of a dog, which we will draw after this one. So here again, I'm trying to put in the big shapes, like the head, the body, the legs, and of course the tail. And I can see him here, like, so like shapes and then planes. So for example, the two legs I know that the two legs are in front, and then there are two legs on the back. I know that, for example, that the head is in front of the tail, right? Like the tail is at the back. So here I just, of course, keeping in the symmetry, I just drew some reference lines just to make sure that the eyes are aligned. For the nose, it's a really small triangle, and there are a lot of it's a very rounded cat. So there are a lot of circles, there are a lot of semicircles, and like for example for the mouth or the face, the body, even his tail is like sort of like curves in a sort of a circular shape or S shape. So it is a little bit difficult when, for example, translating color photograph to a drawing, a black and white drawing. You have to make a lot of choices. Like, so, for example, for the fur, you need to understand also the direction of the fur, which I will indicate at the end when I finish the drawing. So, for example, in this case, like the light is coming from our left hand side, okay, or from the cat's right hand side. So the shadow will fall on his left hand side, right? So, and to show that he has fur on him, I just draw those as shadows. Like, so I'm sort of doing two things at the same time. I'm spotting shadows, but at the same time showing the texture by drawing fur. Of course, like if you're doing this with paint, you can do a lot more, something a lot closer to the reference picture. But since we are here to learn how to draw, I have to make choices in terms of values, and so yeah, I'm just playing with values and outline to get what I want. There are different levels to, of course, drawing something. So when it comes to animals, I think whether you are a beginner or if you're advanced, you can both start with shapes. So, for example, if you have children, or if you're you can see that they sort of see the big shapes, right? So here I'm just pointing out the fur direction. Just quickly, for example, the kids will see the big shapes and the big they won't see any details, right? But as you get older, you start to see capture more details, and you see the subtle shapes, the curves, and so on. So in a way, the starting point is, or even the process, I think, would be similar. So I just went in to sort of correct a little bit the expression on the eyes. So now let's move on to the dog. So same here, and this is just to show that in comparison to the cat, the dog has longer and bigger skull. So here, same thing. I'm just looking at the big shapes, blocking the head. I'm just putting in some information that I'll need later, just enough for me to work on. Again, I've mentioned this in many of my videos. You need to think like a sculptor. So basically, what we're doing here, we are just putting big pieces of clay, which we will go in and carve the details out to get the final result, or the final shape. So here I just want to make sure that I get the shapes right before I go into the details. So So same here, that I did in order to maintain the symmetry, or so here I was just saying that it's sort of similar to the cat's nose, but the cat's nose, of course, is smaller, and the dog's nose is a little bit bigger, with also bigger nostrils. So yeah, so keep up. So yeah, pay attention to the alignment, pay attention to the symmetry, and also pay attention to the perspective, which means like his right eye is on our side, so it's closer to us. So, and also we can see the whole eye, and his left eye is sort of hidden with his nose or muzzle. So we can't see it entirely, and it's a little bit small. When it comes to again, fur, I'm just making choices, which means choosing the areas of fur that will help me capture that expression in the dog's face. Like for example here near his just above his eyebrow and near his cheek and so on, so that helps me get closer to the expression from the picture. So just for your information, this is not the actual speed that I draw. This is multiplied by 1.5. And also so for example, drawing this, the ear, especially with fur, if you just do like parallel lines to indicate fur, it might not really look like fur, so you need to create some chaos, some random shapes, and that can create like a organic shape that you want. So again, like I said, whatever helps you visualize the animal anatomy, you can use it. Especially now there are a lot of resources online. There are 3D models of animals. You have videos. You have pictures, of course. So you have. I would say almost an unlimited amount of resources that you can use. So I just wanted to draw those. So for example, the shading, between his back legs, just to give some depth. So yeah, so if you do these parallel lines, as compared to for example, the example that I'm doing here, it sort of looks more like fur, right? So that randomness gives you that that believability, right? So again, thank you for watching. So like I said, if you have any questions or any requests, please leave them in the comment section below. Please like, share, and subscribe. And like I said, the details are in the description, but these are part of these are just a summary of lessons that I do every Sunday at 2 p.m. at Bangkok time. So you can go to meetup.com, or in the app Meetup you can look for the group called Bangkok Geeks. So thank you very much, and see you next time.